Welcome back, everyone. Sometime back on Domain 2 Part A 2.3, we had missed out on IT standards, policies, and procedures. And thanks where one of my people who was going through this presentations for pointing it out to me. So we are all students, so somewhere we missed it out. So thanks for pointing it out to me. So we'll proceed with this. So today we will see what are standards, what are policies, procedures, guidelines. So what are standards basically? So we have come across this word many times in our day-to-day activities. So standards are nothing but they are basically mandatory requirements. They are a code of practice that this is the way it needs to be done. And generally standards are evaluated against some internationally recognized bodies or organizations which actually specify those standards. That's how they come. So what are policies? So policies are basically statements from the management, which talks about the intent, expectations, and directions. So it could, at the top level, a group head might say, okay, our group needs to attain $18 billion turnover over the next 2 years. So this specifically gives a high level statement of management intent. How does the management intend to do that? In our example, this turnover that I spoke about and the direction that it is going to give. So at a high level, these things come in. Obviously, this has to be aligned to the strategic objectives of the organization. Now, at a lower level, the divisions and the departments, they will actually have their own policies so as to go to the top and have the fulfillment of the overall policy. And obviously, this will be the scope in the IAS auditor's framework. So he or she will need to understand how these policies have been arrived at. How were they aligned? Now, specifically here, we talk about the information security policy. So these are nothing but set of rules. Again, when it's information security, so it protects the information and the related technologies. And we have a proper return on investment analyzed with cost and benefits. When someone is checking through an information security policy, apart from other things, one should actually check through a couple of things which are listed here. One is the definition, objective, and the scope. Statement of management intent. So what's the intent of the management? So that statement basically. Framework for setting control objectives, controls, and risk assessment. So how are those control objectives arrived at? So what's the framework? What's the basis? Responsibilities for information security management, explanation of the information security policies, principles, and standards. So the policies should be explained, the principles should be explained, the standards should be explained, and you of course would have references to something. And you could have policies specific to the various controls. So you could have a CIA, that is confidentiality, integrity, and availability policy. You could have a data classification policy, access control policy. So review of the information security policy. So generally you would have a management review which is done. So you would have the inputs coming in. You would have the various threats, vulnerabilities. You would have interested parties. You would have the independent reviews. Would have the inputs coming in from the previous MRs. You would have inputs coming in and learnings coming in from the security incidents and various other aspects. You would basically, what would you do? Management review would actually assess the basis of the policy. How much appropriate it is. Okay, it was made 3 years before. Is it appropriate still now? Are the contents actually as is required because it's set up on a standard? So as is required by the standard? Is the policy approved? Is the policy implemented? Has there been a proper awareness and training session held? Are there periodic reviews and updates which keep happening? Now, are the control objectives defined? So how would I improve on that? How is there going to be an improvement in the allocation of resources? Now, is there an alignment to business? Obviously there is. How is there going to be an improvement in that alignment? Then I would, as an input, be checking on what is the status of the preventive and detective and corrective action. So I would, so what's basically a preventive, detective and corrective action? So preventive action is something which would actually prevent an thing from happening. A detective action would actually detect, and a corrective action would basically correct it out. So what are procedures? So procedures, so we have a policy on the top. Now, when I say, okay, my policy is to ensure that whoever enters the organization has his or her entry recorded. So that's a policy. So that's at the broad level, that's at the top level. Now, procedures would actually define how would I achieve that policy. So they are basically documented. They could be defined in steps, and they would actually go into achieving your policy objectives. And these are basically guidelines which help in executing procedures and is responsibility of the operations. So thanks for hearing me out, and thanks for pointing out that this was a miss from my side. So keep watching. Thank you. Thanks a lot.